looks like we've got some inconsistencies. This whole thing's completely out of skew somehow. Ayup Woodlanders. This is my Kellfri little log trailer I bought second hand a couple of months back, with a view to trying to help me extract timber out of the woodland, because that's always an ongoing challenge. Normally there's a crane that sits here. That's just stored away because I couldn't see myself using the crane, although maybe at some point I might. I found there's a significant challenge with these trailers in that the type of timber that I cut generally is either in 4-foot lengths or 6-foot lengths or 8-foot lengths. Well, 8 foot is fine because between there and there you'll get 8 foot in the bolsters. Ignore this tub thing for a while. But if you've got short lengths, of course there's nothing in this centre section to stop your logs from just falling out into the wheels. So I bought an extra 2 sets of the bolster kits. Now that took quite a long time to get here. There's a company in Scotland. They were very good. They're an importer of Kellfri stuff, and eventually managed to track down the stuff, and it arrived the other day. So I've got 2 new ones of these, and then I've got 4 new ones of these, and then there's normally a tube that sits in here, but they wanted daft money for that. I says, don't worry, I'll find some tube. So I popped into the local scrapyard and picked up this galvanised tube that fits straight in for £3. I thought that was a bargain for saying each one of those they wanted about £12 or £15 each plus that. So that was a bit of a win. So what we've got to do is take this tub off, store it away, because other than wood chip I don't think I'm going to use it an awful lot. I managed to bend it when I was trying to cart logs out, so this has got a right good kink in the back door now. I've got to fix that. So we'll get this out of the way, and then I've got to quite possibly take off this back one here so that I can slide on the others, and I might even have to take the axle off so that I can expose the main tube that runs all the way through the centre. Put on the front one, put on the middle one, put on the back one again. And there was something I have been looking at. I don't know whether you can see straight down there. I'm a little bit concerned about is it looks like the bolster kits are going to be very close to the tyres. This bit here, sighting it through. I don't know whether it will clear it or not. If it doesn't clear it, I guess I could possibly use some spacers on the tyres, get that out of the way. And then the other thing that was on my mind, but we don't go over that rough terrain, is if the bolster kit is somewhere here where the axle is, as these axles do this business, that that framework is going to clobber it. It shouldn't be too much of an issue for me because, I say, we don't go over too much rough terrain, but that is something to bear in mind. If you're thinking about doing this, it's not as straightforward as they lead you to believe. I'm sure we'll make it work. Where there's a will. Somebody's dropped it on this corner, scraped it up, and it's bent it so it won't go on, so I've just got to run the file inside there, I think. Right, this one's been dropped as well. So it touches the tyre this side, misses the tyre that side. Looks like we've got some inconsistencies. This whole thing's completely out of skew somehow. The front one touches the tyres, the rear one is about 3/4 of an inch away. This side is about an inch away. How strange. I've got a feeling it's these axles here. Somehow they're not true and square. PJ Gall, that's the people in Scotland. That'll be the other thing that hinders it, is if that, when that axle comes up, you could basically pop that out. This has not been designed for short lengths of timber at all. We've done some critical dimensions and it seems theory was correct. These axle beams toe in, which means they do sort of that business. So the front track is narrower than the rear, like that, by about 10 mil, about 20 mil, so 10 mil either side. Now, there's no way I can fiddle about with that, because unless something's worn in these pivots, which I will have a look at, it means that the only way around it is to put spacers on the front. So I've got about 10 mil of threads, which is for me just enough to create that room that I need, that clearance. Now this one can go just about here, which means if I hit a bump at the front axle can lift up. It's just the back end that I might have a job missing those things in the tyres, but I think we've got reasonable success at that. I'm relatively happy. I won't know until I start carting wood out of the woodland whether that's going to work or not. It might not work for you, because if you've got big ruts and big tree stumps, then having these middle bolsters I can only see going to be a right headache. The new Kellfri has got a different pivot mechanism for these, and I think it might actually work on that. It is far better than the trailer that I had, so we're pretty happy at that. My frustration tends to come when people make kit designed for this sort of use and then somehow seem to miss some vital key things. It's almost as if they make it think, oh, that looks great, that does, but don't actually product test it. If you're pulling out long lengths of timber, 8 foot plus, if they're of any kind of significant dimension, on your own, there's no way you can lift and maul them in. And I guess that's why they mitigate it with a crane, but then you spend an hour winching one log into the trailer, which seems a bit pointless to me. So we need some bolts for that, which will be probably M10s or M12s. So that'll stop that from wiggling about and moving. We need one for that one as well, and then the back. And then I've just got to put these tubes in. I'll get them cut to length, which I might go and do in a second. These are the regular things that drop in here. They've got a, whatever you call that, toggle possibly. It drops in there, drops at the bottom, and then kind of, it's meant to jiggle its way through there somehow, isn't it? So that it that can't actually fall out. But that's that. Of course, I haven't got a toggle on my DIY method, so I might come up with a cunning plan and drill a hole through there and put like a lynch pin or an R-clip or something in there, just to stop them from coming out. So you can expect a full and comprehensive review coming up soon. Thanks for watching. If you're able to, why not have a go at extracting some logs, and I'll see you on the next one.